Ladies and gentlemen, we have one team sitting in the grand finals here for the North American qualifiers of Captain's Draft 4.0. Now we are looking for our second team. And that will start off here in the lower bracket round number 1 match between Optic and Complexity Gaming in this best of 3 series. Winner of this will move on and play up against Vici Gaming Storm in a best of 3 for the lower bracket final. Winner of that series will move on to the grand finals. So, a couple of best of 3s before we get into that BO5 grand final tomorrow. For now, we're going to get into the draft, and this is going to be a very exciting matchup. Optic going down 2-1 against Immortals. Very close series there. Complexity losing 0-2 against Vici Gaming Storm. A very, very strong performance from Vici Storm. We'll get into the draft. You can see some of the bands already. The heroes are on the left side of your screen if you'd like to take a look and see what's available. Thank you so much for joining us here on moonducktv. My name is Mott. With me is Aosin. How are you feeling about this series, my friend?
Well, this is version 2.0 of me. Hopefully the mic issue.
You sound great,
fixed.
buddy.
All right, that's good to hear. I mean, I tuned in at the end and I was like, "What is this?
What's happening?"
Someone should have said something earlier, but regardless, I'm excited to see these two teams play off. I think Optic and Complexity are probably. I think like between these two teams and Immortals, I really like all 3 teams. I don't really know who I would put as like my favorites after Evil Geniuses in the NA region. I think NA right now is just. It's really tough right now. Every team feels very, very even. Yes. So I'm really curious to see how this plays out.
A lot of them haven't had the results they would have liked on the international stage. There were some interviews talking about EG, and I think everybody's saying, hey, NA's not performing the way that they should be performing. And that includes us. I think it was an interview I saw with EG, I believe, a little while ago. And I think a lot of these teams feel the same way. So you're playing these teams, you're playing against each other, but hopefully once they get to this international stage, if they can get to Captain's Draft 4, if they can get to a few more lands, things will change around. But for now, it comes down to these picks, this draft. Optic Gaming will have the next pick. It's Spirit Breaker to start things off here for Complexity, and I think it's a very strong first overall pick for this Complexity squad, Aosin.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this hero. It's extremely good in Captain's Draft, especially. You know, you just can't go wrong with this hero. Gonna be curious to see what other supports are gonna be out there, because right now, yeah, I was gonna say the Clockwork is definitely up there as well, but after these 2 picks, the support pool is kind of limited.
Yeah.
And the thing is, since you already have a Spirit Breaker and a Clockwork, I think Tusk is out of the picture. So.
Yeah, I think so too. I was just going to say, I mean, I think the biggest one would probably AA, and then Disruptor, and then Lion after that. Those are the only 3 left if you're not going to pick Tusk. Besides maybe Pudge, but again, it's another 4-position kind of ish, well, more roaming support than anything else. So I think in regards to that, we probably will see an AA or a Disruptor pick here from Complexity, unless they want to go for a core instead. I don't know. What are you feeling with the Spirit Breaker? Do you think it's AA is better, or do you think Disruptor so that you have more control and it's more of a global thing? I mean, which one would you prefer for Complexity here?
I much prefer AA.
Yeah, okay. That's what I figured too.
All right, great. Yeah, because the thing is, if you pick up Disruptor, it's great for team fighting. It also denies that potential Darkseer Disruptor combo, but by having a Spirit Breaker with a Disruptor, you really, really suck at lower levels. There's just not enough damage coming out of them, not enough utility. You really have to ramp up in order to have them both do well. So it's like a risk that you don't want to run.
All right, my friend, we have one thing in the pool that we haven't touched on yet that I would like to mention, and that is the Arc Warden. Well, I thought maybe Complexity might have picked it, but now that they picked the CK, I don't know. There's still a chance to pick Arc Warden, like go mid with it, but this is also a good hero, the CK, but there are plenty of heroes that build Battle Fury and can deal with the illusions. Plus, there's a Gyrocopter available, too, for Optic if they want to go down that road, I suppose, against the CK.
Well, CK versus Gyro, always kind of a, you know, a risk, because the CK can just instantly kill a Gyrocopter, and at the same time, if Gyrocopter is able to get his spells off, get in a couple of right clicks, your illusions also just melt, if you know, everyone's equal in farm, so... Gonna have to see how they end up dealing with this.
Oh, wow.
Tinker.
That was not what I was expecting. And that will be the mid-tinker picked up for Optic. That is nuts. And, all right. Well, all of a sudden, this game might go a lot longer than maybe we anticipated. But I think it's pretty good. I also like it because the refracted laser against the CK kind of works out if you can get Aghanim Scepter later on down the road. But there's the Disruptor from Optic. So they're going to be the ones to grab it and have a bit more team fight for them.
The Disruptor Darkseer combo going to do wonders for them, especially against this CK right now. The only worry I have right now is that you did pick a Tinker into a Spirit Breaker, so
right.
That's one of the worries, but we'll just have to see how they play around that.
It's definitely a major concern. I mean, he's going to have to be pretty elusive and slippery. Spirit Breaker can find him, kill him, especially with the help of a CK and Ancient Apparition. With Ice Blast can also help secure a kill. So we'll see. I mean, Tinker might be able to move around a lot. He might be able to do some stuff. Now the question is, what do Complexity want to pick against the Tinker in this mid lane? What do they want to grab? I mean, what is still available anyway against Tinker? I feel like Tinker is one of the good mid lane heroes left. Death Prophet, perhaps?
Yeah, I think Death Prophet is good. Maybe Necrophos?
I was thinking Necro too, but I think I would prefer Death Prophet if you're Complexity. That also gives you this really good timing here in the mid to early mid game for Complexity, where they could just use Phantasm and Exorcism to take down buildings and take fights too. I think it's probably your best bet, I would assume. There are other options. Snipers available
There
too.
are other options. I don't know how good it is, but I have seen people running I think you're the one who told me about it. MP played mid gyro.
Yep,
maybe that's another option.
Yeah, he did yesterday. I thought he was going to do it in the last series too, but he went in safe land or something like that. That's the Jug instead. So is this mid Jug or mid CK?
No, I think what we're seeing here right now is they might be wanting to pair up the Juggernaut to lane up against the Darkseer one-on-one.
Okay.
So this might be I guess technically an off-lane Juggernaut, and then they want to play very aggressively with the CKAA. Because that's like a classic combo, right? It just does so much, does so well in the early phases.
So you're thinking that these are both side lane heroes, and then we still have a mid hero left for Complexity? Or could we see the CKA mid combination? I feel like we've seen CK mid sometimes, but usually when you have an IO, that used to be the thing. And yeah, that's the Death Prophet.
Yeah,
okay, so that's a good call, man. You see the Jug, you say, okay, he's going to be going and trying to pair up against the Darkseer. And now you have a DP as well. You have a lot of late game, too, for Complexity. I mean, a lot of it. So I think this is a very good pick here for Complexity.
Last pick here for Optic. What would they go for? I really don't want to see an Arc Warden, that's for sure. I think their best bets right now, I think PA is okay. Bloodseeker's okay. I'm not too big of a fan of Luna. I don't think Luna is that great here, but it could work. I think Bristleback carry might be a potential thing.
Yeah, they still need to worry about these illusions. There's a lot of options, actually.
Yeah, Troll Warlord is not bad either. Yeah, they have a pretty decent pool to pick from, but I mean, you have to narrow it down to what you think is the best here.
I would kind of like Troll, but the Battle Trance feels wasted with just a Tinker auto-attacking. Darkseer doesn't really help in that regard either. I'm with you. Luna might seem a bit not great in this particular matchup. So did you say maybe Gyrocopter then? PA, I think, is also something you mentioned. Bloodseeker.
I think Gyrocopter is going to be a little too weak.
Okay.
PA might get owned too. I'm honestly starting to feel like Bristleback is pretty good.
I could see. I would like to see that, actually. Get the Bristleback and just be aggressive.
Either that or Bloodseeker. I feel like everyone else might just get owned by Ancient Apparition, Death Prophet.
Yeah, Bloodseeker, I would not mind either. You have a lot of options. 28 seconds left of reserve time for Optic Gaming. They've got everything else they need, and they're just trying to find that one core that can deal with CK. It is the Bloodseeker. You're right on the money, my friend. You're dialed in.
All right, well, you can't give me credit for that. I literally listed like 7 heroes.
It's true. It's true. You're not wrong. Also, it's Captain's Draft. It's not like you're picking from the pool of like whatever 100 some odd heroes in the regular game. It's
that's true.
Pool of like, I don't know. I don't even know what the exact number is, but it's not a lot. Anyway. I mean, looking at it though, I really like Complexity's draft. I like their early game. I think Spirit Breaker and Ancient Apparition are really good together. And I think if they're able to get off to a fast start, they can maybe snowball some of these heroes out of control, like Jesse and perhaps even Limp. And I don't know if you're going to be able to deal with that for Optic. This Clockwork might have to put in a lot of work for Misery.
Yeah, well, I think the most important thing right now is before the creep wave even comes out, we're going to have to wait and see how these teams play it, because finding out where people are going to be going is going to be vital for both teams, especially for Complexity, because they're very, very wanting to put up this Juggernaut versus a Darkseer, because the other lane matchups might not be the greatest for them.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of maybe musical lanes again. We've seen a lot of that today, actually. Perhaps that happens once more. Any smokes yet? Nope, no smokes. Retreat from Radiant bottom jungle. Agreed, Misery. Get out of there. No, they're gonna move together for complexity. They're gonna move as 5. The other squad, Optic, are gonna move across. I believe they just were invested in by the Texas Rangers, so it's the Texas Rangers versus the Dallas Cowboys essentially now with all these esports announcements coming in. Very high tension match. A lot of Texas stuff going on. They're gonna drop the ward, and PPD, because he drops his ward, is gonna survive. He almost got caught by Chessie, but they had to go uphill, and that literally means PPD is already back at the tier 2 tower. But they will take the rune, and it'll be 2 for 2, I think. Two runes per side, I should say. Yeah. All right, so something, nothing going on actually at the beginning of this game. Just smoking up, trying to find something. Very close for complexity, almost get the kill. And now we see where the lanes shape up. Where do these heroes go? Defensive trial lane bottom. Oh, maybe not. Zai's down here in the darks here. Pycat along with Misery. Top lane.
They're setting a trap. They fully anticipate this.
Misery. They're trying to maybe find something. Here we go. Battery Salt. Chessie getting chased down. There's the Spirit Siphon. He is in trouble. 1 second stun. They have Iron Shell, Thunder Strike. They don't have Glimpse. They'll keep Chessie alive. He's going to be forced to salve. Who got the bounty rune here? It was Pycat down bottom. Now the charge coming in from Kyle. Chaos Bolt, 1 second stun. Another Spirit Siphon. No, not available. Chilling Touch coming out. PPD gonna go away first blood. Z-Freak will grab it. Now Chessie Thunderstrike. He's not low enough. And Misery's in trouble. They have the Thirst. A 2 second stun. Z-Freak gets a double. Can they find anything else? Complexity. They turn it around, almost losing Chessie. Yes, they'll lose that bounty rune, but my God, do they make up for it. And that is one of the richest ancient apparitions you're going to see at 30 seconds in this game here, Houston.
Oh, yeah. That was some great plays from Complexity. Just kind of baiting the entire Optic team into thinking like, you know, oh, we got this rune secured. Let's just get to our lanes. And all of a sudden, the AA wraps around the back and secures himself 2 kills. But with that said, they have the lanes that they want, at least, for Optic.
Moo almost going down. Auto attacks. Aplenty Pycat was doing some work as well, and so Moo is able to salve up. And that means they'll have to break up the lane. At least this aggressive trial lane turns now into Chessie rotating out. This is what we talked about, musical lanes. It's happening again, man. Every time, I swear to God.
That's just how important these matchups are.
Yeah, they really, really want these to go well. And Pycat, we'll see if he rotates elsewhere. But mid will stay the same, I believe. Limp versus CC&C shouldn't change anytime soon. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Zai might get caught. Kyle is going to get off the charge. And going to have a crit. Blade Fury. Zai, no surge. And he might just be dead here. He's got a salve, not that it can save him. Moo will spin to win and get the kill. And now Kyle might be next. Bash is available, but he's got charge in 1. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out. It's going to be close. He uses it to just push himself further away from Misery, gaining some distance. And with that, Kyle is able to TP away, and it's a 1-for-0 trade. And now a 3rd kill going the way of Complexity.
Yeah, so far, so good for Complexity. They have the lanes that they want. They're getting the kills in as well. And Optic, they're just going to deal with this lane matchup. They're going to leave Zai to 1v1 the Juggernaut. Which is still like pretty good for Darks here. But with the start that Moo has, I think it might be problematic for Zai.
Yeah, The Darkshire should still get some decent farm. Moo, we'll see how it goes. Now you have to keep in mind, Kyle is charging around Reality Rift, Pycat, Cold Feet, Chaos Bolt stun, 2 seconds, and this should be a Cold Feet lash, and it will. Frozen, and now he'll die. Pycat 1 auto attack away. They wanted to give it to Chessie, but Z-Freak will have to take the last kill and get a killing spree on this ancient apparition, because you know what? Z-Freak deserves it. He's done a lot of work over the years. So.
Well, that's a kind of a small price to pay, if that's the case.
True. Very true. A very small price indeed. Misery, in the meantime, is a double damage rune. He's going to run into the entire enemy team. Kyle will see him. Now he's going to back away on the tree line and just say, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. See ya. He's going to run over, around. Going to join PPD and feel a bit safer here in this top lane. But they've rotated Pycat back down bottom. So, again, they realize, okay, that top lane's rough. Let's switch this up again. And I don't know if we're going to see another lane swap coming in from Moo, or if this is going to stay the same for now. And the TP will spot out the fact that Darkseer rotates up top lane. Well, all right then. I mean, what do you do here? Do you switch again, or do you just stay top if you're Complexity?
I feel like you have the levels to get quite a bit done. Uh-oh.
Oh, Kyle's probably dead. He couldn't charge in time. Maybe not, actually. He's pretty far from the rest of the team.
No,
Another
he got
auto
the charge
attack.
off, but it's impossible. It's almost impossible to charge away from the clock.
Yeah, he needed to get it off a second sooner, and then he might have made it away, and the battery assault wouldn't have caught him. Z-Freak will take the room, but he might die for it. Body blocks coming in. Battery assault back up at 12. Cogs are available. Can he eat his way through? They've got glimpse, and that means he's dead. Iron Shell popped up, and now Z-Freak will give away that killing spree gold that he just got, probably to Zai. He'll stick. He's wasting a lot of time. Get the bounty rune. The cog push. Oh, is he going to keep him alive? They're still trying to chase him down. The auto attack damage. Can he get the denial?
He's gonna go to the creep.
No, it's nighttime. It's nighttime. It's nighttime. Ice Frog, why? Z-Freak had a great chance at a deny there, and you've ruined it. These creeps are sleeping. Ice Frog.
I think he might have gotten it if he might have just forgotten for a moment that they sleep. So if he casted his cold feet to aggro them, it might have done the job.
Yeah, it would have been close. It was hard either way. Oh, I missed it. Kyle's going to get dropped. Misery comes in with the battery assault, and they will find that kill. So,
fighting back.
Yeah, they really are. The CS is actually looking pretty good for this Radiant team all of a sudden. Yeah, the CK is doing well, obviously, but Darkseer and now Pycat bottom, he's getting a lot of room to work with. So, all right. They have glimpse. He has spin, so he shouldn't be getting glimpse back. But they rotate Kyle bottom. He's going to charge underneath the guys of this ward, and Pycat will back himself away. And they're going to keep the lanes the way they are for now. They're not switching Moo around. They're keeping Chessie top lane. And so far, that seems to be what Complexity want. Well, not really, but they'll just deal with it.
Well, despite the disastrous start that... Misery...
Oh, Reality Rift. Nice. He's able to get out, but still in trouble. 1 second stun only. And he might get under the tower. He actually is going to make it. He had another salve to work with. Okay. Mid lane. They're going to find CC&C. The charge came in and limp. Spirit Siphon Crypt Swarm. More than enough to get that kill. Nice.
Well, Tinker definitely needed to be killed. I think he was doing a lot better than Death Prophet. Oh, actually, it's not that much. It's pretty close. Double damage for Misery.
Wait, what just happened? Chessie just Chaos Balls it, and it looked like it didn't do anything. All right, well, whatever. That they were looking for a kill, but the Surge Away made it out in time. So that's good. But yeah, you're right. Since he needed to get dropped, he was doing really well. He already has Bottle, Null Tally, Boots. Working on bots now, obviously. No Soul Ring yet. We'll get that at some point in the near future if he does want it. And Pycat suddenly is now top of the net worth here for Optic, and it feels like they've got a pretty good start going here, Aosin.
Yeah, they managed to win the musical lanes battle, I suppose.
Yes.
I think that's one of the major things that helped them come back into this.
Yeah, Complexity just didn't want to have to switch again. And we saw it in the last game or last series. We saw lane switches like crazy. Pycat charged. Omni Slash. Blade Fury. He's pretty tanky. Running pretty speedily, too. Blade Fury missing out. They need a bash. They can't find it. And Pycat jukes in through the trees and might make it out, actually. They have another charge in, too, so maybe not. They need some vision. Once they have the vision, they can charge him. They will, and that should be the kill. TP in. If he can get to the shrine, maybe. It's going to be close. One more auto attack. So close. The shrine's not up, obviously, and that'll be a kill. Unfortunate. It was just used, actually. Top lane. In the meantime, Chessie's going to get caught. Cogs. 2 heroes in the vicinity. Now the Crypt Swarm Zai. Going to get cold feeded down. It's going to proc. Surge's not there. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade. Now the TP from Misery. No way of canceling this. Crypt Swarm's not going to be used by Limp. Of course, he wouldn't have gotten the kill even if he uses it. So Complexity will find 2 heroes. 1 bottom, 1 top. They'll lose Chessie. And they were looking for Kyle, but he's gone now too.
All right. A lot of action in the early phase of the game, but so far, I mean, I think the game is just really even right now. Not much going in one direction or the other.
Yeah, you're right. It is pretty close. Less than 1k advantage for Complexity. I mean, late game wise, both teams have their fair share. I think a lot of the issue is going to be maybe Tinker and dealing with him once he gets bots blink. Maybe. No.
Probably needs a little more than that. I think right now, Optic are okay to just break even. You're kind of looking towards that, you know, Tinker getting a ton of items, you know, Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel, what is it? I think you get Kaya now. I think Kaya is very good.
That would be hype. Yeah, 10% spell amplification. I think people would like that. I didn't know people were buying that item. I just saw the Storm picked it up last game, and I was like, wow, that's hype.
I mean, it's a straight up 10% reduction on all your mana costs, right? And Tinker is someone who really needs something like that.
Yeah. Chessie top lane, almost getting caught by Misery. Now he will. The Glimpse coming into the Cogs. They might back. There's a TP coming in. 2 seconds stun. Blade Fury. Chessie is in a lot of trouble. Vacuumed. He's going to get dropped. The healing ward's not there in time for Moo. And Moo, he's got Omni, but not enough mana. Now he does. He'll pop it. PPD's going to get dropped. It'll switch to Zai. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade. They get the bash up on Zai as well. Ice Blast. Nicely done, Z-Freak. Right onto Misery. Pycat looking for that. He's got that huge rupture on Kyle. That will secure the kill. Zai will get frostbitten, but rather cold-feeted. And Z-Freak is now trying to run. He's dead. 100%. Pycat's moving very fast. He didn't throw up the Ice Vortex. They get the kill. And so Pycat rotating in. Gets a lot of gold out of that engagement. That was huge for Optic.
Yeah, and with that engagement, once again, the game is just brought back to even, completely even.
This is
mid lane
so
though.
close.
He's in a bit of trouble.
Exorcism's gonna go. He's gonna go for the TP. They need a bash. They need a bash. He couldn't get it. Oh, Kyle. That's miserable. That was so close. Great TP from CCNC though.
This is kind of the nice thing about the Death Prophet, right? I mean, you casted the ultimate, and well, I mean, he's walking away from the tower though, but at least you get some kind of structural damage with it.
Oh, he's got the little sharks or whatever they are. I don't know what they are, but he's got some fishes for his Exorcism Ghosts. Meanwhile, bottom, they're gonna find Misery, Chaos Bolt, Ice Blast. Z-Freak having level 6 at this early point in the game is huge. Cold, rather, hook shot onto 2 was nice. Uh-oh, Zai might be in trouble as well. Chessie should have another stun in 1 second. He does. Limp's running in. The Exorcism is still there. A double kill for Chessie, and just like that, the dive under the tier 1 tower pays off. They even use the offensive glyph because they want to take this tower, and they should be able to just fine.
Yeah, like you said, Z-Freak having the level 6 at this early on, it's helping them so much right now, and making all these aggressive maneuvers, and it's paying off. This CK is kind of catching up with these kills. I think he wasn't having the best of times. He definitely did really well in the laning phase, but it's not like, you know, the Bloodseeker's level of free farming.
Yeah, he's level 8 now, working on Armlet. He'll have that soon. Then he could really start fighting. Moo was top of the net worth for a while, even though he was in that lane against the Bloodseeker. Now he's sitting, I think, 3rd or 2nd, rather. He's going Drum on the Juggernaut. So I guess that kind of signifies, do you want to go fast as Complexity? Use this Exorcism to take down towers? Is that something you're looking forward to seeing? Or are they going to slow us down a little bit?
I think they want to keep up this momentum. I mean, their lineup is so good at just constantly getting pickoffs, right? You have a Spirit Breaker who can discharge. Ultimate is kind of nerfed, but it's not like, you know, extremely long, 100 seconds. And then you have a CK AA combination, you know, as long as you can get that Reality Rift into a stun, you're pretty much going to get a kill.
Right. And it makes it easier when he finds a DD as well. Yeah, I imagine they're moving together. They smoked up. Ward might have spotted. Yeah, I think Ward spotted Limp's part of that smoke, which is unfortunate because that would have been a big play. They still might say, though, Zai is not really leaving yet. He actually might be the one that's going to caught. Zai going to surge himself. They need a Reality Rift. Just misses it. And he's in the tree line now. He has no TP for 5. Chessie doesn't know that. He's going to head into a different direction. And he will be able to make it out. So, just not quite the vision he was looking for. Zai was sitting on the high ground, and Chessie had to come up the hill. Well,
they see Moo, but don't know if they have what it takes to set up. They need to make sure they catch him before he spins. Can they do it?
They do. Static Storm, and he has stick charges, but I still don't think he's going to survive. They need a hook shot, perhaps? No, not even needed. Just the Static Storm comes out immediately. That is a giant kill. That's just how good Static Storm is at this point in the game. So, again, these level 6s for these supports paying off, making sure they find these kills. Now we lead, you know, a little bit for Complexity, but Pycat is the top net worth hero. He's going to be building to that big item, and that is going to be the Radiance. Once that happens, maybe he's going to be a lot of good farm. They're going to TP top here. Boots of Travel done for CCNC. The tier 1 will finally be taken. In the meantime, mid lane, Limp has Exorcism at the ready. The Hellbear Smasher, Helm of the Dom up. Darkseer purchasing that item. The Iron Shell. There's the Exorcism going in now. And they're going to try to push this. Again, no creep wave. It was just taken down by the Iron Shell and the Hellbear Smasher. Kyle in the tree line here. He's got a ward, but it's not in deep. It's not behind the tower. It will spot them if they walk up a little bit, and they might do just that. There's the glyph. Still
They don't have
slow
Disruptor
and steady.
ulti, though, so this is the difficult part about defending this tower right now.
Oh, yeah, they're not going to. They thought twice about it. Decided against it. Pycat's still farming. Midas Radiance, man, he's going to be rich in a couple of minutes. But he wasn't there to fight. He was just busy in the jungle.
Yeah, they're just trying to buy as much time as possible. Once they get their levels and items, I think they'll be much more inclined to take these fights. Because I think without the Blink Dagger, you don't really want to have your Tinker taking part in these engagements just yet. You want the Blink Dagger, and then whatever follows after that. I'm going to guess it's Kaya. Blink, Kaya, Scepter.
I hope so. Kaya is so hype. It seems like in some of these heroes, like him and Storm, it's pretty cool to see when it gets picked up. And then, can you imagine? Because I was talking about this with some people at Dota Pit, but you know there's S and Y, right? So which one's gonna be? What's S and Y and K going to be? You know, I wonder what that type of item would be like.
Well, got a patch coming near you. Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe someday, but not yet. For now, we are still here in this first game. Misery getting charged. There's a lot of heroes sitting behind him. Pycat's kind of baiting this out, perhaps. Rupture's ready. He hasn't been involved in too much. Now CC&C TPing in, and all of a sudden, 5 heroes top lane from Optic. They even have a Centaur Conqueror with Zai. He's got to drop the Ion Shell on it, and Chessie needs to be extraordinarily careful. He's sitting in the sidelines, and instead they will push bottom with Moo. And now they'll TP CC&C in, perhaps. Thought about it. Do they go for this, though? It looks like they will. Hook shot. That will connect Chessie. Phantasm out of it? No, but he does get it off, and he will blow Misery away. Static Storm doing some damage. Not nearly enough. He's got Armlet. They're going to get another one, and CC&D drop down. The Omni Slash even came through. They're looking for a third. The drum charges pop. Moo chasing him up. There's the Blade Fury. He's going to get ruptured. He'll have to stay still for a while. They have charge back up for Kyle in 1 second. Now PPD Reality Rift. Cold Feet. They've got the stun. The 1 second stun is all that it takes for Chessie, who now is a double kill. He's dominating on top of it. Great Centaur Conqueror stomp coming in from Zai, but he might trade his life away for it. Getting silenced up, the Blade Fury spin hitting up. That'll be the target taken down. 30 seconds, assassinated. But Pycat, he's so speedy. He does get hit up by the Ice Blast. Still running. Moo just needs one auto attack. He's the fastest man alive. He's moving so speedily that he's just gone. They even lose the Dire Courier as it gets dropped, I believe, by the Centaur Conqueror. And somehow Pycat makes it out, and it's still pretty disastrous, though, Ace. Let's be honest. It's a 4-for-2 trade at the end of it. That's still pretty bad for Optic.
It was really bad for Optic. I'm surprised that they made that commitment but didn't completely follow through. I think they were missing an Ion Shell on the Clockwork as well, because that CK did not take any damage in that combo. And I think that was just I think like Optic definitely should have backed up instead of committing for that kill. That was not the play. But luckily for them, Pycat does manage to secure them 2 kills in return. So it kind of lessens the blow, but still, big victory for Complexity there.
Yeah, that's the one good thing going for Optic is Pycat. He's farmed, and he is very tough to deal with. He will have Relic very soon, 200 gold away from it. And they need more lockdown. They needed the charge. They needed more. But now they've got an Invis Rune, I believe. No, a smoke up for Complexity. They have the glimpse back, making sure Moo is going to not be able to find him, but still he gets 2-shot anyways onto poor PPD. Next is going to be Misery caught. Spirit Siphon plus the Crypt Swarm, more than enough damage. Both supports dropped almost instantly. And Z-Freak even Ice Blasted from across the map wasn't needed. So again, oh, CC&C was looking for Z-Freak. But anyways, another good fight there coming in from Complexity. It seems like they're firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, they don't want to give them any space to farm, because I mean, if you look at their item build, they definitely realize what's happening, right? They realize Optic is trying to avoid fighting, because there's a Midas on the Clockwork, there's a Midas on the Bloodseeker, and you have a Tinker who's trying to get the items he needs.
He just picked up Blink Dagger, so maybe things get easier for CC&C. He's already in the tree line, just split pushing. Yeah, you're right, though. I mean, late game situation looking pretty good because of the double Midas for Optic, and then they're going to have a Radiance up too. So, I mean, what do? Do you keep the pedal in the metal? Do you try taking down towers? Is Roche something that you consider here in the next couple minutes for Complexity?
I think they should just keep playing aggressively. I think it's working out for them right now, and they have the items and the levels they need to just keep up this aggression. You might as well mow down the remainder of the towers as well.
And we're gonna see. They can't find anybody. Kyle has a kobold form and walk right by him. The king of all the jungle creeps. Charge coming in. It's gonna be past Zai, but I think he's just trying to get back into the mid lane. Yeah. All right. Okay, slowed down again. Good news there for Optic. Now a Shadow Blade done for the Juggernaut, which is really good. What if it goes Silver Edge this game? Break some of the passives up. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, CK is about to finish Echo. I mean, this is another good timing for them to potentially make use of that exorcism for another tower, or maybe even force a Roshan fight.
Yeah, I agreed.
But, I mean, Roshan is a little bit more difficult because you're against a Disruptor Darkseer. It's kind of scary. So maybe it's safer just to brute force your way into some of these remaining towers.
I think there's a good chance they do that. They could try to go for a pick. Again, they have really good vision in the enemy jungle. So maybe they could find a pick off or two. Otherwise, they won't head into Roche. They'll need to get a kill or something along those lines. I really like what Z-Freak is doing. He knows CCNC is just going to camp himself up here and push in this wave with March of the Machines. So he just ice vortexes, making sure he knows if the Ticker's going to be nearby, and he gets full experience. Oh, he is mega dead. Blade Fury, nothing could save him. Even if you were to use Static Storm, he would still die. Nothing he could do there. Of course, the Glimpse not even available. And Jug will build into the Silver Edge like we talked about, so that's good. Nice. All right, so now what can they do? Kyle's sitting on top of a ward. They can try taking this tier 2 tower bottom. They have Limp here. Do you think they're going to push this?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the case here. You should definitely make use of your Death Prophet pick. Especially knowing your opponents are trying their best to just farm constantly. But he's actually just TPing out. No, he canceled his TP.
They saw CCNC.
Can they catch him?
They need vision. Oh. Now they don't see him. Well, anyway. They got the tower elsewhere. I think it was the tier 1 mid, I believe, because he Helma that dominated a siege creep. Oh, TPing back in is going to be CCNC now in the tree line again. They need a Tinker Ward or something. Oh, PPD de-warding. He saw, feels like he knew that the Spirit Breaker was behind there, dropping a ward down, so. Hook shot, they're going to find Z-Freak top lane. This might be a free kill. Cold Feet Ice Blast. The impact doesn't hit, but it still might be enough to at least trade, and it looks like it will be. Now looking for Zai. He's on the run. No way to slow him down. Moo chasing into the tree line. Zai going for a TP. Oh, no way to stop it. Nothing they could do there. So 1-for-1 trade. They even dropped the wall for that, which is actually not bad for complexity. And okay, well, they got a kill out of it. Nice.
I think more importantly is that they're just really looking to make space for, or to buy time until they have the items and levels they need. Like, they're still in that farming mode.
Who? I'm assuming you mean Optic, right?
Yeah, from Optic. They're just like, okay, let's just make this kill happen. If it doesn't work out, whatever. At least we force, majority of the team up there. And then it gives us a little more time to farm. Now they have the Radiance on Bloodseeker, so I think they're a little more confident.
They're ready to go. Static Storm, and Chessie is done. Rupture, Blood Right, maybe not. He's pretty tanky. Oh, yeah, he's mega dead. Laser came in once that happened with the Blood Rage. They destroyed him. They're going to have to charge away with Kyle in the meantime. Ice Blast came in too little too late. So nice little gank there. And Chessie just gets dropped real quick.
It's a fun little combo they have going on for them. If you rupture someone and they moved a little bit, you just glimpse them, and then they take a large chunk of damage because it counts as the moving.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's how he got chunked right there. It was only 400 range or something like that. It still chunked him.
Yeah, I bet PBD got so much gold out of that too. He's so poor. 1700 net worth. Boots, Windlace, Wand. Level 11. He needs a bit more farm, but again, it's his support. Disruptor, the level, the position 6, as we see per usual from PPD. And Misery, he's allowed to get Midas because of this, and now working on a Blade Mail. And again, like you talked about, complexity, they've now been kind of just slowed down, and there's a lot of space being created here for this Radiant team. So you kind of have to feel, I mean, maybe you feel a bit worried for complexity based off of how this game is starting to turn in Optic's favor.
I am a little worried, simply because if this Tinker and this Bloodseeker gets out of hand, I think it's actually stronger than the cores on complexity side, simply because you're up against a Darkseer Darkseer Disruptor combo. A lot can go wrong for you when you're up against a Darkseer Disruptor.
Right. It's pretty strong. The Static Storm Vacuum Wall, which we haven't even seen yet. We've only seen like one full 5-on-5 fight and was more complexity catching Optic out of position. They continue just... They need Tinker Wards, but again, they're not able to really find this Tinker even with Tinker Wards. They have a Spirit Breaker, that's really the only thing, but by the time they charge him, he's already blinking away or TP'd back home. So I don't know what the answer to this is for complexity, but they need to do something at this point. And they're only down 2k for now. But again, this is going to get a lot of a large... This is going to get a bigger lead here for Optic once they can get a bit more farm in these cores. Bottom lane, Moo might be in trouble. PPD has Static Storm, but Moo will back up smartly as Zai was walking into the wave. And he's just going to Shadow Blade out. And now, maybe Optic go for this tier 1 tower push, perhaps, bottom lane. Pycat will run in a moment. He's also working on BKB. He's going to have that momentarily. And Optic are just going to move together for now.
It's so hard to catch out this Juggernaut. He's got a Silver Edge now, and he's also got the Blade Fury to rely on as well. So trying to kill Moo is somewhat of a impossible task, I feel. You would have to commit quite a few heroes to make it happen. I think you need Rupture as well as Clockwork Hook to ensure the kill.
Yeah. Static Storm maybe even as well involved. And it's not going to be easy. We will see a BKB picked up for Limp. And now I think they're going to make something happen here. They will smoke up. Optic already sitting back at their own tier 3 tower. They are not making any moves. They have vision top lane. They don't see anybody pushing up. They don't see anybody. Only the Jug bottom who just Silver Edged with his team. And now Optic are going to start moving together. They're going to move into the shrine up towards the secret shop. Plexia are going to run right in behind him. Kyle moving up. Who's going to make the first move? Uh-oh, this could be bad for complexity. They're in the low ground. Static Storm comes out. BKB vacuum wall to start it off. There's Limp popping the BKB. The Blood Rebel on top. Chessie's in trouble. Hook shot. They're looking to bring him down in time. He gets off the Phantasm. 4-second stun. Ice Blast will hit onto 2. The Omni Slash. Misery's in trouble. Zai gets a double on the other side, though. 2-for-1 trade for now. Chessie coming back in, looking for Misery. The Cogs keeping him alive. Zai gets a triple kill. Too much damage being dealt by these illusions. Absolutely crushing the rest of complexity in the back end of the fight. Somehow they get caught. Moo's going to be next. He's going to get dropped. No, the Silver Edge gets out in time. Detection-wise, they should have enough. Moo, Thunderstrike again. The Blade Fury TP. Auto attack damage. It's not going to be enough. He'll make it out. But Zai with a great vacuum wall combo to start off with the Static Storm laid on top. They're able to bring all of them down except for Limp on that Death Prophet and Moo who TPs himself away.
Things are looking scary for complexity now. That was everything committed, and they still end up losing the team fight. Looks like Optic has kind of reached that point. Oh, hook shot. Uh-oh. Limp in a lot of trouble here. I think he's going to go down here.
Yule Scepter will keep him up for now. He does have Spirit Siphon. They need more help, but here comes the Rupture. Silence. Vacuum in. Nicely done. Vacuum into the auto attack damage coming in from the Bloodseeker. On the other side, they're chasing down CCNC. They want this kill. Cold Feet. Might it be enough? It will be. Kyle might trade his life. He's taking tower hits and Thunderstrike damage. PP&D earned up now. Z-Freak is the one that's out of position. Pycat's running through with Radiance. There's the glimpse back underneath the tower yet again. PP&D cold feeted up. Might have actually killed himself. No, he's fine. More than taking enough to survive that damage with the cold feet coming from the Ancient Apparition. So 3-for-1 trade across the map, and Pycat gets involved in pretty much all of those kills, and now is about to have a BKB.
Well, CCNC has finally finished his Scepter now, so he's going to be a lot more effective in these team fights, especially when dealing with the Chaos Knight. And look at that, the next item queued up. It's that Kaya.
Nice. All right, I like it. It's going to be good. It's pretty good. 10% mana cost and mana loss reduction. You can spam your stuff even more. 10% spell amplification. 16 intelligence. It's just got all the stats you need for a Tinker, let's be honest.
I think the biggest thing is that mana reduction. It feels so nice, and the icing on top is that straight up 10% spell amp.
Yeah, it is.
I think this item's going to get nerfed. Personally, it's going to get nerfed.
That's surprising. I haven't seen it much. I don't think we saw it that often at Dota Pit Miner. Obviously, the patch is still new, but now the past couple of days, it seems like people are starting to find their footing with this item. All right, Complexity, they're going to make another go. They know Exorcism is back up. Optic know this. And they are kind of split up for now. I don't know if they stay long. They're already backing up. Look at Optic. They're immediately moving together into the mid lane. They want to try to take a fight on their terms. And Complexity, will they jump underneath this tier 2 tower? There's the smoke. Blade Fury from Moo. I think they just saw him, and now Optic immediately back up. The Blood Ray comes out. So, a little too quick on the fingers. Here we go, though. Optic starting to move up again. Zai, Blink Dagger now available.
They have Blink.
Yeah, they really do. And I see Chessie kind of out of position. Here's the charge from Kyle looking for PBD. They'll get right in. Ice Blast, Static Storm to follow up with the vac wall on top, and this is bad. All of a sudden from Complexity, they've dropped one. There's the hook shot. Too much damage being done. The March is laid on top, and Lip has to use himself. He's up in the air. It's the only thing he can do at this point. Exorcism is going ruptured and getting dropped and killed. 4 dead for Complexity. Chessie, the sole survivor, he couldn't even get into the fight. By the time they were all dead, his team was wiped from the face of the earth before he could even use his Phantasm, and now he's got to blink away. And it's only 2 dead on the side of Optic, and, well, Zai used all of his abilities before he even died. It doesn't matter. He's feeling strong, and Optic now, they have taken control of this game, Aosin.
It's like I said, that Darkseer Disruptor is so hard to deal with. And then the thing is, like, none of these heroes want to go into a BKB early. The only one who does have one is the Death Prophet, but how is everyone else going to get into these team fights? You have a CK, a Spirit Breaker. That's, to me, already like an automatic. Both of these guys are going to get hit by that combo.
I mean, like, they've laid down the Static Storm and the Darkseer Wall as he was charging in. And, like, at that point, they caught them all. And you're right, that combination is dangerous. I mean, what can they do to deal with... I mean, like, they have BKBs on the Death Prop, but even that's not going to save. They need one on Chessie, right? But... I don't know.
I think what they need to do right now is they need to wait for more BKBs, and they need to start these fights off by just erasing PPD from these team fights, which is like totally viable, right? If you see him out of position or just have vision of him at all, just pop your BKBs, go in, kill him before he can drop the combo, and then the fight becomes much easier for your team.
Easier said than done. I mean, he should theoretically fall first in all these fights, and he is dying a lot. He's very squishy, but he has Misery to help him now. Hookshot counter initiation. There's a 4-staff flying out. Cogs. They will find him now. This time he's alone. He doesn't have his team to help him. And Snare, they're going to get the Dark Troll Summoner too. Just a little free added bonus for Complexity, which is nice. But in the meantime, Optic continue to push bottom. And now it is a 6k lead, and it'll gain even more for Optic as we progress. However, I really like this play here, and they're going to head into Roche. Armor reduction on Roshan. Exorcism is up in 8 if they want to try to use it, but they might force high ground for Optic if they know this is happening. CCNC's already moving up to put March on the high ground here. What can they do? Do they back
they're gonna
up?
See it, yeah.
The flare comes in. All right. They're already TPing out, though. They have to contest this now. They can't go high ground anymore. And Moo is trying to zone them out with his Blade Fury spin. Exorcism was popped. They need this Aegis. Heat-seeking missiles will fly out. There's the hook shot. Can they get it? They get the snatch. Misery. Beautifully done. And now it's going to be all downhill from here for Optic. The Omnislash will take one. Maybe they can turn this around for Complexity. Zai getting dropped. Chessie's doing a lot of damage here. Zai has to run Ghost Scepter. He's in trouble. Somehow he's able to make it away. Blinks out just in time. Unbelievable. They will lose CCNC. Now looking for Misery. They want this Aegis, and they're going to find it with the Cold Feet. It will latch. Ice Blast. No. He's forced away again. Kyle, he should have another charge here in just a couple moments. If I could click on him. 1 second. He's got it ready. Still chasing him down. Now they're looking on the other side. Pycat, he is invised up. And they dropped the Sentry, but there's nobody nearby. Now the charge coming through. And Moo's going to see Misery here in a moment. No Omni available. And here we go. That's going to be the Aegis gone, perhaps. There's going to be the Static Storm drop down. Chessie's low. Pycat gets the kill. It was a bait the entire time. Pycat was waiting in the wings. And Limp's in trouble. They've got the Healing Ward, the Eul Scepters now, and Misery's back up. That's just the Aegis gone. That's all they got out of that. And Misery, with one of the most insane hook shots, does some beautiful work there.
Oh, he's going to find... Oh.
Good TP, Moo.
Wait, there's a hook, there's a hook.
Oh, Misery is there. I thought he was going to make it happen. Now Moo is going to get dropped. No Shadow Blade. He is dead. Pycat getting another kill, going his way. A mega kill spree. I cannot believe that happened. I thought Roche was going to be Complexities, and then from there they would take a great fight, but man, Misery, that is an insane hookshot play. Unbelievable.
I think at the end of the day, that I would have to consider as pretty even, I would say. I think Optic actually didn't need to contest that Roshan. Complexity just demolish them in that pit. But I think they might have overextended, just chasing for a little too long. I think if they just not cut their losses, but just said, okay, they got the Aegis, whatever, it's still on a clockwork, but we did get the kill, let's just call it off and wait for our cooldowns again. But I mean, overextending there and losing the Juggernaut as well as the CK at the end, I think that's gonna say that, in my opinion, that's like just even.
And that's probably the best that Complexity could have gotten, considering the circumstances. The fact that they lose Aegis. It is only first roast. It could have been a lot worse. It was Aegis and Cheese. Maybe things look even worse for Complexity. But the one problem they have is dealing with Pycat. I mean, how do you kill this guy when he's got his BKB up? Is there even a possibility? Do they have maybe Reality of Pierce's spell immunity at level 20? Did he?
I think they do have the physical damage, but the problem is he's kind of baiting his team right now. It's always, you know, a Darkseer in your face, a Tinker that has to be dealt with first, because if you focus Pycat first, I think it's giving Tinker a chance to just win them the team fight. So you have to deal with the Tinker first, and because of that, he's just kind of like running around freely. You know, you still have to deal with the Vacuum Static Storm combo. It's not easy.
And they've got a lot to work with here. The scan will come out Radiant. Will hit it. They know exactly where they are. They're going to wrap instead a different direction for Optic. And I think they understand where Complexity are heading. They just missed out on the scan. Maybe they think they're actually back here. Going back towards the tier 2 tower. They should know Complexity are moving in this direction into their own jungle. But Zai will disconnect real quick, and now we get a brief second to pause. Man. All right, we're back. Okay, that was the quickest pause ever. All right, we're good. Nice. Nothing actually happened. We literally waited 10 seconds to DC, got back into it, and... Oh, I'm getting some lag, but that's all right.
Both sides are just going for the super long wraparound, trying to find them where they are, and I think they finally realize what's happening. They know where Optic is. Is this going to be a disaster for Optic, or is it...
I think they're going to miss each other. It looks like it anyway. Maybe they kill Moo. They pinged him. There's no vision over here. Radiant-wise. They'll see Limp. Maybe they go for him. Blood right. He's got BKB. He's not an easy target to take down. They're going to just get the tier 1 tower, I think. Yeah, they'll grab it. Now, what do they do? Where do they move from here? Nether Strike going to go. They found CC&C. The Ghost Scepter comes out. There's the charge. Ice Blast will hit. They've got the BKB up for Chessie. Static Storm used, and now it's wasted, and PPD will fall as well. Glimpse comes out, might save him for the time being, but Reality will just blow him away with the auto attacks coming in thereafter. But now, back in the mid lane, Limp has to pop BKB. The Rupture was already up. Pycat taking a lot of damage. Needs to be careful. Forced to pop BKB, the Blood Right. There's going to be the Omni Slash. Jumps through, though. A lot under the illusions. Reality through that spell immunity, but Pycat's still so damn fast. Forced away. They can't chase him down. Limp is still alive, but Zai's doing a lot of that damage. Now coming in, Zai is going to have to Ghost Scepter. They're going to bring him down. He's silenced up on the Ice Vortex for dead. And the only reason Pycat doesn't die is because he's the quickest man alive. And Complexity, what a team fight that was. My lord.
Well, it looks like their game strategy is working. You just kill everyone else. Pycat just runs around very quickly, but without the help of his team, he just can't get into these fights.
Man, that's nuts. That was... They were also sitting at the top shrine when that fight started, and they all got there in time somehow. Man. Okay, and that's now only a 5k lead. It was like an 8k lead just a minute ago. There's still a lot of towers to be taken in terms of getting some control back in the map for Complexity. I don't know. Are things starting to slow down here for Optic, Aosin?
I think so. I think we're kind of reaching that point where this triple core for Complexity is paying off. Juggernaut is doing quite a bit of damage in these team fights. He's got the Silver Edge as well as the Maelstrom, so his damage output is fairly significant.
Yes. That's the word I would use. He's pumping it out a lot. Like, he's a Maelstrom now. He's actually getting BKB, which is really interesting. But it makes sense. He gets Static Stormed. He can't use his spin. So he needs to get something off. And there's no chance of an Aghanim Scepter anytime soon for PPD. He's nowhere near that item. Alright. They're going to try to run at Complexity. They're going to back up for now.
Pycat does have the AC now, and getting very close to level 25. I'm not too sure if it's going to change too much on this hero, though. I think this is the new 25 talent, right? The 20 max thirst.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, he's already moving fast as it is, and Oh my god. They might find Moo. Is there a sentry? There is. He walks up next to it. He sees Zai. But Zai has a Ghost Scepter. No way to purge that. Here comes the Phantasm. They're looking for Zai. He's just dead. 4-second stun hook shot. Maybe not. Forced away. Charges up. Should get dropped. And he will. Ice Blast coming in. It's going to hit onto 2 of the Omni Slash. 3 are dead. They're blowing him away. They're already all gone. Pycat's the only survivor. This time he's not as fast. The Eul Scepter, no way he's getting out of this time. Pycat pops the BKB, but again, Reality Rift goes through that spell immunity. And all 5 dead. And Complexity, they even the game up within seconds. Literally seconds.
That was just great play by Moo and Complexity as a whole. He just hits the back line, finds the targets that they need. They quickly identify, we need to get rid of this Darkseer.
CCNC, Ghost Scepter needs to be careful. The Cogs will save him for now. Actually, might actually kill him. Reality Rift back in, Vacuum Wall onto 4. They're diving in deep. They're at the tier 4 towers. Z-Freak's going to fall next. Maybe should get dropped here. Tower's doing some serious work, somehow still alive. The heat-seeking missiles will do the job finally. Hook shot coming in, the Cog push back. Good Eul Scepter. Limp making sure Chessie doesn't get caught. Toggle's not in time. It's 3 dead, and CCNC goes from almost dying to getting a triple kill. And suddenly, Complexity with a hefty dive that turns disastrous. And now they need it back. Limp will survive at least. Maybe. Misery? No hook shot. Good try.
Are you kidding me? That was... You know, actually, I think that dive was fine, but there was a lot of miscommunication. At first, it was Optic Gaming who kind of miscommunicated. I think Misery made a mistake in trapping CCNC with him, and then Reality Rift actually saved him. He pulled him out of it, and then he was able to just walk away. And then because of that, they overcommitted, and like you said, losing 3 for pretty much nothing. That's gotta hurt.
And the good news, at least for Complexities, they won't have to buy back or anything. But, I mean, if Pycat was up, they maybe just go straight down mid and force this CK and Jug buyback. And also good news, Complexity will not miss out on Roshan because it's not up yet for another minute and a half. It was a hefty dive for sure, but they're still, I don't want to say in the driver's seat, but they still have brought this game back. Pycat now starting to look more human than a monster after he's been owning this entire game. Finally gets dropped in that fight. And Complexity, as long as they choose their fights correctly and they get their BKBs off, I think they'll win 9 times out of 10. They should anyway. Maybe if, well, that's the problem though, right? Darkseer Vac could be pretty good too, I guess. I'm not sure.
I think right now what it comes down to is whether or not this Darkseer is able to get off his spells early on. If he's able to get off his combo, I think the fight becomes a little more even, but what's been happening right now is that Complexity are just consistently isolating him and then taking him out before the fight even begins. And it's getting even harder now that the fact that there's 3 BKBs on all 3 cores for Complexity, so there's going to be a large amount of kiting necessary for Optic to win some of these team fights.
BKBs will start getting lower in duration. I think Limps is already down to 5 seconds, which is pretty... That's really good. Everybody else is like 8 or 9, I think. I think Jug is like 9. No, it's 10, actually. Move is a full BKB that he just got. The good news for Optic, there's plenty of vision. I mean, there's so much of it. They just have this mid lane essentially warded, and they'll know if Complexity are making a move. And they were able to back up as they smoked up. Complexity smoked up. They tried finding something out. Obviously, that didn't happen. Now it's going to be Optic trying to make that move. They're already in the Roche pit. They know it's up. Maybe they could try to contest it and take it. Complexity, can they get there in time? It doesn't even look like Optic are moving into the pit yet. They're not trying to take any risks. Not now, anyway. Scan from the Dire. Was successful. I should know PPD and crew are sitting around this Roche pit. Double damage rune at the bottom rune spot. It's time to go. But CCNC...
Oh man, this is so scary. He's so close to his heart, too.
It's just split pushing, though. Every time CCNC has been just botsing in bottom and top consistently, pushing these waves in as much as possible, threatening high ground. But Chessie wants to go into the pit. Kyle, in the meantime, the game will be paused. 1 minute. They have 1 minute. They're going to talk it over, it seems like, or fix whatever issues they're having.
I think whatever comes next, they should really wait for Chessie to finish his Heart of Terras. That's like a huge pickup. He'll have almost 4,000 something life, and I mean every illusion just gets that much more damage as well.
Yeah, I agreed. That's he's pretty close to it too.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for it. They're just gonna hit up some of these jungle creeps.
It's tempting to go for a fight when you have that DD though. You know what I mean?
It really is.
But they won't go that direction. They also just have to keep the waves pushed out. CCNC was in top and bottom, and he's still doing it. He's just going to keep going bottom. I mean, he's a tanker. You might as well. Moo is waiting in the tree line. But again, CCNC has a Ghost Scepter, so we'll need to be careful. There's that Heart of Trask. Now you might want to think about going if you're Chaos Knight. He just got it. He has a shit ton of HP. 4,900 when he pops the armlet on. And BKB, he's almost at level 25 too, which armor reduction perhaps. They already have an AC. Do you think you get the armor reduction talent for level 25 for the CK, or is the Chaos Bolt stun too good?
I think 7 armor is better than the Chaos Bolt stun, because I think with the 7 armor you just do so much damage that if you catch someone, they're just gonna die instantly to all of your illusions.
And we've seen it before already. They just get destroyed. Reality Rift comes out and you're donezo. Alright. Moo will clear at the bottom wave yet again. They've done a good job pushing as much as they can. Kyle now has the plus 400 charge speed, so he's a very speedy lad moving around the map as quickly as he can, essentially. He can get from A to B in the span of about a few seconds. Top to bottom, I should say. And we'll see them move into Roche. They have an illusion. That's rather a Centaur in the Roche pit for the Radiant, so they'll see if they move in there. Remember, illusions are affected differently by Roshan now. And Centaur Conqueror's going to try to run. Limp almost takes it down. He does. And here we go. Chessie's starting to work on this. Heat-seeking missiles getting spammed by CC&C. Blood Right, they can't do this. They need a pick. Moon being in now. They have to take a fight. Do they have a smoke on complexity? They have one on Optic. Maybe they're the ones that make the first move. There's a ward here on the Uber Cliff, so they'll see them walk up here if they don't smoke up. Complexity are just pushing straight into mid now. They want to push them back and force them to defend their tower, force them to push this wave out. In the meantime, CC&C TPing top lane, continuing to pressure that as he's been nifty and been a nuisance around the map. De-warding from Z-Freak, and we'll slow things down here a bit, Aosin.
Both teams just really trying to take control of this Roshan. Complexity pushed out the mid lane just so they can get started on it, but let's see if they can get this done before Optic make their move. They're smoked up already, so is it gonna be on time?
Half
HP
HP.
to break it. They're
gonna go a different direction. There's the Exorcism. Limp sees this coming. The silence is on to 2. Nicely done. They're gonna find Zai. Static Storm misses like crazy. Reality Rift coming in as well. 2-second stun. Zai's gonna get caught. Ice Blast flying in. Looking to hit CCNC. There's the hook shot. They found an Ice Blast on to 2. CCNC about to fall. He will get dropped. First death. Misery's gonna be next. Limp is going to work with the Exorcism. The gem is now down on the deck. They even find Pycat in the back lines. Now Zai's gonna get chased down. The charge is too damn fast from Kyle. The Ghost Scepter will keep him alive for now, and PPD's got the glimpse to help out as well. Moo is going to pop that Silver Edge just sitting here. He's been scouted. Buyback coming from Pycat. Oh, see you later, PPD. My God. One shot. The lull comes out from Chessie afterwards, and they're working on the tier 3, and perhaps they will get this, and maybe the racks. There's no buyback for CCNC or Misery, and it's 2 versus 5 now. No Phantasm, no Exorcism, but that might be enough to finish this game straight off here. They're going tier 4s. It looks like this might be it, Adelson.
Chessie is just unstoppable right now. 5,000 life. Look at his damage. He's got well over 300 damage just by himself. You know, I mean, if he has Phantasm, like you saw, pretty much anyone who gets Reality is dead in one hit. Yeah, it's just a little too much for him to deal with, and unfortunately for Optic, they just don't have an answer for this CK. They're just unable to fight.
They're gonna try. Zai came in with the Shivas. Now CCC just gets the buyback. That's huge. BKB from Limp. They might be able to hold this. Limp is about to fall. Eul Scepter. Ice Blast coming in. It will be dodged. Another refracted laser coming out. The Blade Fury spin coming in from Moo. A lot of damage being done. Misery's got to be careful. BKB from Chessie. Now the hook shot. He's in trouble. The heart can kick in and regen if he can get out of trouble, but he's in trouble getting chased down. Another refracted laser coming in with a heat-seeking missile. They'll find the kill. Looking for more. Kyle's going to get vacuum back to and Glimpse. They'll take 2, and they keep their throne alive. I have to let you know, they didn't get a single set of racks. They only got tier 3s and tier 4s, and now they're going to lose out on Roche and Complexity. They had this game in hand, but CC&C just got enough for buyback. All of a sudden, can Optic turn this around? Is there any possibility?
I mean, there's definitely a possibility. I'm just super surprised to see them go for the throne like that, especially without the CK ultimate. But
they couldn't get bottom or top because there's tier 2 still alive, so maybe that's part of the process or thought process, I guess.
I mean, even if that's the case, then normally you would just be like, okay, let's just
get Rax back, Roche,
right?
Yeah. It's a strange decision.
Don't get me wrong, it's still a hard game for Optic. I mean, just because of the lineup that Complexity has at this stage of the game.
And they keep all the waves pushed out, so no chance at a rat play inside the base. Backdoor protection, of course, also about a bit stronger now than it used to be. They will take the Rax top, so Optic will strike first blood in terms of the Rax. A million march of machines going at the same time, making it so it's pretty impossible for Complexity to contest this. Hook shot, they found Limp. He's got BKB and Exorcism. He's caught. And this is going to be Limp about to fall. The Yule Scepter, I don't think he's going to survive this. And he will fall. That's going to be Exorcism down. He's forced to buy back. Without the Exorcism, they'll lose Pycat's Aegis, CC&C, Omni Slash Tough. This could be a dieback if he gets caught and killed, and it will be. Now Misery and Zai trying to find Kyle and Moot together. The charge coming in. Misery getting chopped down. There's going to be the cheese popped and Kyle on the run. Radiance burned. Pycat with a thirst, looking for this kill. The Glimmer Cape. They'll have to back up. He couldn't quite get that last auto attack. Zai, in the meantime, still so low, doesn't get dropped, is able to get away. And yes, they do get the kill on Limp. They force him to buy back, but now CC&C is dead for 70 seconds, nor do they have Aegis, nor do they have Cheese.
I think this is just where they say, let's end the game. I mean, Phantasm, Chaos Knight at this point, I don't think they can handle it, not without a Tinker.
Now that he's only up in a minute, and they're still pushing. And they might be able to hold long enough.
It's a minute is all it takes. It's just the throne. They're probably just going to go for the throne now.
Oh, Refresher Orb for Zai was just picked up. There's the PBD buyback. Does he have Static Storm? It's up in 8. This could be a huge fight coming in. Optic, they've got Misery. I don't know if Complexity looks like they're not going to go for this. They're thinking about it. Chessie, he has Phantasm Smoke coming in from Optic now. Looking maybe to wrap. Chessie's got BKB in 3. There's the Phantasm. Hookshot comes in. Now the Reality Rift followed up by that huge Static Storm where the BKBs are coming up. Pycat pops his own. Refresher Orb coming in from Zai, the Shiva's Guard. He's got another wall ready, but he's silenced up, and he's going to get dropped here in a moment if he's not careful. Vacuum and gets the wall off in time, but he's still dead. Down for 90. That might be enough to do it here. The throne under siege. Misery walking up. The blood right is there. Limp, he's got Exorcism back in 6 seconds. He might not even need it. This might be GG. They have no glyph, nothing to do. CC&C is going to be up too late. Complexity will take game 1.
That was a great attempt, at least. They were able to clear out the CK illusions at the very end, but maybe this was Complexity's plan all along. They probably felt like they were strong enough to just, okay, if this doesn't work out, the next time we group up, that's the end of you guys.
That's a crazy finish, man. That was nuts.
I mean, personally, I don't really agree with that game plan, but I mean, it worked.
It worked.